Hey friends, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for this special Flip Through Friday edition, my completed 2024 Disney album. So if you'd like to see what's inside, stick around. Hey friends, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. I hope your March has been going well. I am filming this video about a month in advance actually, but I'm so excited to be done with this beautiful album. It was so much fun to put together and I really appreciate your support. So if you would take a second and make sure that you are subscribed to my channel in case you're not, I would appreciate it. I am going to jump in. All I did, I debated decorating the front. I decided not to because on a shelf, I don't want anything to fall off. So I just left it nice and plain. I did put a little decor here on the spine. I just put the year, a little Mickey head, and the Magical Memories puffy stickers, which are from Simple Stories. In this video, I don't plan to talk about technique or like items that I used mostly because I've done that in process videos. However, if there is something you see that you want information on, please feel free to comment below or DM me on Instagram. I'm more than happy to get that information for you as long as I can. This is more of just like a chatty walkthrough talking about what I did a little bit and some of the memories that we made. So this was our vacation trip as a family to honor our 10th anniversary, which is coming up in May. And yeah, we thought we would come back to Disney. We just loved it so much last year. It's very chonky. I mean, the pages are definitely bending, but what I did on this page was used an old paper from a Happy Planner memory keeping paper pad that they released a few years ago that I never used. And on the back of this page was already this insert. So I just used it as an opportunity to journal about the main days that we were there. And then in this section, I just put when we checked in and checked out of the hotel. Sorry, my husband just got home. So if you heard him like yell in the background, that was him coming in hot from work. Okay, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, our check-in and check-out days. So we were there for like, it was really like 6 if you count like a half day Sunday and a half day Saturday, but whatever. It was like a week-ish. 5 full days though at parks. So this is like on the airplane before takeoff, landing at Orlando, and nails that I did for us the night before, which I need to do my nails clearly. And then right during check-in, finding Nala immediately, which is like this little scavenger hunt they had going on all week, which was really cute. And then this is a room key that we never used because we all had magic bands, but I wanted to keep it. So I put that in there. Then I spent the first day, half day, I guess you could say. We walked around. We didn't want to go anywhere because the Lions were playing and for the NFC championship, like to get into that. And it's been a big deal for the Lions this year. And my husband is a huge Lions fan. So it was very, very important that we watched the game. So we stayed at the hotel and did that. But before we did that, while he was getting groceries delivered and bringing them back to the room, we were walking around the resort and just Nora wanted to do this little photo shoot. Let me zoom in. So there she is with Rafiki and Scar, Simba, and then Zazu. And then underneath the little log there's little Simba and Timon and Pumbaa. And there's Nora. Ta-da! I just said we're here. Nora was so excited to finally arrive at AOA. We unpacked and explored the hotel, grabbed lunch at the food court, and watched the Lions beat the Buccaneers. Matt picked up our grocery delivery while Nora and I had a mini photo shoot. I love this picture of her. This is like the elephant graveyard from the movie. And it's like this huge, like you can walk under it and there's caves. And she was pretending to like come out and go, ah. So super cute that photo. We did a little bit more. I made a shaker pocket here out of Nora in front of our portion of the hotel, of the resort. So there's Ariel. They had a Cars section. Nemo, Lion King, and Ariel, and we were in, or the Little Mermaid. We were in the Little Mermaid section. And so these were all from the Little Mermaid section here, and then these were all from Nemo here. And then on this little insert tag, I just wrote, and the photo shoot continues. Nora was so funny. Mom, take my picture over here. Mom, how about here? Matt holding her like crush is my fave, which is this photo down here. She's like splayed out like crushes. Like, dude. And then this I added after I filmed, so you may not have seen these photos. This is our mermaid Ariel themed hotel room, which was so cute. Nora loved it. Loved. And then, so this is like what I'm calling day one because it's our first full park day. So what I did was I took this magazine brochure from our hotel that had a page or 2 pages for every park with information about that park. And so that's what I'm using to like kind of kick off like, or let whoever's looking at this know, okay, this is like a new park day. So this was day one at Hollywood. These are alphas from Studio Calico, but almost everything in here, like I said, is either Ali Edwards, Studio Calico, or Simple Stories or items from, which I got from scrapbook.com. So this is just saying that we woke up early and packed our bags for the day. It was so amazing to walk and see the property on our way to the Skyliner. The ride was one of a kind. We loved being up high in the gorgeous views of the various resorts we passed over. In a few short minutes, we were at Hollywood Studios. Every day, our first order of business was to get Starbucks. First up, Toy Story Land. So these are just pictures of the Skyliner from our hotel and like being on it and the view behind us. And then getting into Hollywood Studios, we went right to Toy Story Land and saw the little, like, you know, the soldiers go by with Woody and Jessie. And I just wrote on this little card here, actually this is from Paper Person Shop, Slinky Dog Dash, Toy Story Mania, Rise of the Resistance, Runaway Railway, and Tower of Terror for today's favorites. We did more than that, but those were definitely faves. Then this is the first ride we went on, which was the first ride we went on last year, so I'm just journaling about that. This is just a decorative card here. Lots of fun putting this together and adding all the things to it. Stamps and foam pieces and decorative brads and stickers. And then a larger photo of Toy Story Land. And then this is some of the photos I took at night because we ended the day, towards the end of the day. This was like one of the last things we did. And then this is just photos of our meal. And then a photo of us on Slinky Dog Dash. And I wrote that we started and ended our day at Hollywood Studios in one of our favorite parts of the park. We did Toy Story Mania, Slinky Dog Dash, and the Alien Swirling Saucers. We even went back to this area to have lunch, a first for us, at Andy's Lunchbox. The Gluten-Free Disney Facebook group was a huge help this trip. So we had, like, I labeled all the things that we ate. And then this opens up. And I did a million bajillion grid photos because there was no way I was going to get all the photos I took in this album. And I definitely didn't. I mean, there were hundreds. But this is Nora about to go on Slinky Dog for the first time. This photo, this photo, this photo, this photo, and this photo. Those are all from this ride here. The Toy Story Mania ride where you sit in the car and you put on the glasses and you shoot at things like an arcade. It's so fun. And then these are from Slinky Dog. Oh, that's from this ride too. So this one, and this one, and this one are Slinky Dog. And then Nora picks a stuffy every trip. She picked Sully, baby Sully, who actually my husband spotted at first and we could not get over how freaking cute it was. So we were like, you have to get that one, but she wanted it. So she couldn't wait to show Sully. And I just journaled about how she couldn't wait to show him. And it was a sweet moment when you don't forget a core memory. Sully took his time fussing over the mini cuter version of himself. Nora was elated. And then another just like decorative card, added some puffy stickers from Paper Person Shop. This is a card I had from Studio Calico. And then seeing the Frozen sing-along. And I added just a couple little photos from it, saying that it was unexpectedly hilarious thanks to Just Matt, who was one of the narrators or actors of the story. There was sarcasm for the adults and Frozen fave tunes for the littles. It was even more magical when Elsa finally came out and made it snow. And then we did the this ride after Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. It's one of our faves. We love it so much. We rode it as our last ride. And there's Nora in front of, like, on Sunset Boulevard on the way to Tower of Terror. So these two pictures are from, like, you know, when you're on the ride and they take it for you. I just, like, crapped out as many people as I could. So first time riding, second time where I'm pretending to be asleep on Nora and Matt's pretending to freak out, which is so funny. And then these are just pictures of inside the ride. And I wrote that Nora refused to ride Tower of Terror last year, but was adamant to try it, though very nervous this year. I hadn't ridden since 2000 and had forgotten how fun the drops in almost total darkness are. She loved it so much, we rode it again. Memories to last forever. And then dinner was like a whole situation because we were planning to get Nora a pizza at this place that she loved last year, but by the time we got there, they had like canceled my order ahead because I guess they closed at 5 o'clock, which was, we were like, why? So my husband and I got these bowls, and then we walked all the way over to the pizza place, which, like, towards the end of the day, your feet are like, no, thank you. But then we had to walk all the way back because we realized there was pizza in this, like, area. So she ended up getting it there, but it actually turned out to be, like, almost the same, if not better, and it was a few dollars cheaper than the other place. So it's kind of weird, but that's what I journaled about back there. This was a card I had. The back of this card was from scrapbook.com. Then this is us going to Galaxy's Edge. I love Star Wars, so this was one of my favorite parts of the park. Nora has no reference of anything other than she just loves Grogu and thinks he's super cute. But other than that, and the Ewoks, she doesn't really know anything about Star Wars. It's too scary for her. But everything is magical when you're there. So I loved that picture of her, which is why I blew that up. And then we got to meet Mando and Grogu, which was my favorite. So I had to highlight that picture on the top. And then these are just all rides from Rise of the Resistance, which was so cool. I said we did it. We convinced or guilted Nora into going. She really didn't want to, but did. I loved how long and involved the experience ride was. We joined the Resistance in a battle versus the First Order. Oh, and meeting Mandalorian and Grogu and Batu was my fave. And then this is another grid photo collage of all the different, like, there were way more on my phone, but of Batu and seeing, or this might be Tatooine. Anyway, Kylo Ren and the Stormtroopers come out in the crowd and do, like, crowd work, which was really cool. And then I ended every day with a 4x6 card that just has these, I use my Zig Clean Color Dot marker to put all the things we did. So Swirling Saucers, Toy Story Mania, Slinky Dog Dash, Frozen Sing-Along, Woody's Roundup. No, that's Andy's Lunchbox. I gotta change that. Star Wars, Rise of the Resistance, and this is the order we did them. Runaway Railway, Olaf, Sully, Edna, Frozen, Mickey, Minnie. That's meeting all those characters. Tower of Terror, Cars, Dinner. I need to fill that in too. Tower of Terror again, Slinky Dog Dash again, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which is where we saw this, and then Mickey's Runaway Railway. So that's day 1. Day 2, this is going to be a long video. I'm trying to go quick, but it's a lot. So get something to eat or drink or go to the bathroom and come back. Thanks. Intermission. No. Okay, so this is a flip up. I had some paper in my stash from last year's Disney album that I made, which was like my first time ever making anything other than, you know, doing like Heidi Swapp's Stop the Blur. So that was a whole adventure, and that is its own playlist, or it's part of this playlist, but anyhow, you can go check it out if you want to. So this is Epcot day 2, again, using those alphas, and these chipboard pieces here are from Vicky Bouton's Where to Next collection. So this is the map of Epcot that I took from the pamphlet. This is my favorite picture of Nora living her best life, her bubble wand and a cold iced matcha frappuccino. And then the 3 of us in front of Spaceship Earth. These puffy stickers are from an older, I think it might be crepe paper thicker sheet. I'm not even sure. But I love that photo. And then there's that piece of magazine brochure. And then this little flap is like so awkward, and I could have planned this way better. It's engineered poorly, but anyway, it's just the order we went at the beginning of walking into the World Showcase. So if you've been there, you know there's like Canada, and then there's England, UK, and then you keep going around the world, and this was in Germany. That's where Snow White is. So I don't know. I wanted the photos in there and I wanted to flip out, but it didn't work out how I had planned, but it's fine. Okay. Then I'm journaling about how we ate our way through France. We went to France after we like did all those things. We stopped in France to do ratatouille, of course. And I said, shout out to the Eat Gluten-Free at Disney Facebook group. They led us to Le Hall. Wow, so delish. We got the most drool-worthy raspberry lemon macaroon, creme brulee, a turkey BLT, and quiche Lorraine. It was all 10 out of 10. I'd say it was the best thing I ate at Disney all week. Ratatouille, Belle's sing-along, and some character photos were all before we headed to Norway. So, photo of Nora and I in front of Ratatouille's ride. And then these are all, that's from the Le Hall where we got the food, pictures of the food, and this really pretty picture of like part of World Showcase from a bridge. And some more photos from different countries. So I just labeled them with numbers. So 1 is Morocco, 2 is Japan, 3 is across from the land pavilion, 4 is Norway. And then in parentheses, I wrote, we also went to all the countries. And then this is a decorative 4x6 card. Then I added this smaller photo of Nora and I in front of the Figment mural too, because Figment's amazing. And then we got to do Journey of Water or Journey into Water with inspired by Moana. We love Moana. So these are pictures from that part of the park, and it was really fun and interactive. So I put some information about that over here. I said this was a self-guided trail where you play with water as it travels from the sky to the ocean and back again. There are lots of magical encounters to play with as you walk through. You can play with and interact with water. Use your arms and hands to make it rise or arc from spout to spout, or jump up and down to watch it explode up high, which is what Nora's doing there. You can get wet if you choose, or a dry path is available. Nora really enjoyed this part of the park, especially the interactive parts. We also love the way it felt like you were on Moana's island. So these are just different pictures. Like that's her raising her hands in the air and the water raises up as you raise your hands. It's just super cool. And this obviously is stunning. Then in this, we went over to, oh gosh, that sticker is not supposed to be on there. Lol. We went over to Living with the Land, which is in the same kind of section of Epcot. And we weren't expecting to enjoy this ride. We didn't even know what it was, but it was really fun. I wrote unexpected fun, an informative boat ride about the history of farming, which we really liked. And then inside Mexico's pavilion, you ride a boat to see the Three Amigos antics in what feels like Mexico. And that's the Grand Fiesta ride. Yeah, so these two rides are really, really fun. And just like, they're both boat rides, so that's why I put them together. They're not necessarily anywhere near each other in relation to Epcot itself. Then we did our, actually it's pronounced Akershus, character dining. We did it last year as well. I just embellished it. This page actually kind of turned out to be a hot mess, but it's fine. I like had a typo and all kinds of stuff didn't really work out the way it was supposed to. But essentially it was just character dining. All the princesses come around and visit your table. And there was our meal and dessert. And then Nora with each of the princesses who came to the table. And I just journaled about it that this was our second year in a row going to dine with princesses at Akershus in Norway. Nora requested it, even though we tried to convince her to try a new place. The food was better this time, so Matt and I were pleasantly surprised. We loved our server. He was extra chatty and friendly. We especially loved Ariel and Snow White. Interesting, Snow White was our favorite last year, too. So this is all from Simple Stories. And then moving over to World Celebration, this is a really pretty picture of the look, kind of crossing over the bridge when you come from the other, like the middle of the park. We went on Figment. We got stuck on that ride, which was hilarious. We did Test Track a couple of times, which is one of our favorites. So I just did some journaling on this little card. The first one was Journey into Imagination with Figment. We figured, why not? It was definitely older for a ride. Nora and Matt didn't know who he was. We got stuck on it, but only for about 10 minutes. And then Test Track, we love this ride. Nora enjoyed it even more because she kept trying to design a fast car. The best part is the track. It goes up to 65 miles per hour outside. We rode this twice. And then that's the end of day 2. So we ended it with the fireworks show, Luminous, the story of us. It was really short and sweet. I got a special boba drink with Oreo Mickey ears. And I just bulleted all the things we did. So Ratatouille, Belle Sing Along, Le Hall for lunch, Frozen Ever After, the Grand Fiesta Tour, Soarin', which we loved, by the way. It was our first time. Living on the Land, Nemo Under the Seas, Moana's Journey of Water, Aqua Shoes for Dinner, Test Track, Figment, Test Track, and Fireworks. Lots of walking. So day 3 was like a rest day, but not a rest day because we went to Disney Springs and did all the things. And I cut out all of the little, like, they had a lot of the more popular stores listed in the pamphlet. So I cut out the ones we went to that were there. So the World of Disney store, Disney's Days of Christmas, Coca-Cola store, the Lego store, Uniqlo, and M&M's. So I made this little folder, and that's it for day 3. So it says Disney Springs rest day / the day we got sugar nuts. Wednesday, it seemed like a great midweek day to take a rest day, though nothing about it felt restful. Not in a bad way, but just the truth. This was a first for us. It was lovely to walk around and be surrounded by stores, shops, and really fun places to eat. Nora used her Disney gift cards to get her first Loungefly book bag. So cute. World of Disney was overwhelming in the best way. Matt and I got new t-shirts. We did tons of window shopping and treat eating and drinking. We got Starbucks, Coke flights, candy, and the best Dole Whip floats. So this was her gift card that she used, part of one. She used several. Then this was the card that came with the float tray telling you what each one was, and we labeled them with our faves. And this is just Nora in front of the sign, and there are the flights. And then the journaling says, this was a hidden gem we almost didn't do, but turned out to be a highlight of our Disney Springs experience. Coca-Cola had a rooftop bar, and we decided to try this amazing float tray. It was so fun, and we enjoyed rating our most and least favorites. Cherry and orange were winners. So just tuck that into a little vellum pocket on the front. And then this was from dinner. We went to this place called the Boathouse, and this was Nora's menu. So I put photos of all the food we got, and then I journaled that this was another amazing foodie find from the Gluten-Free Disney Facebook group. We were all really drawn to the building because it was right on water and it looked like a boathouse. Our server was excellent, but the food was absolutely incredible. Nora loved the salmon and raved about the gluten-free pasta, which was smothered in butter. Plus, her meal came with a super cute cardboard boat. Matt and I shared a big salad and a delicious crab cake with coleslaw. It was also really lovely to sit down and slow down and enjoy our meal. We never want to leave. Okay, and then these are some photos from that day. So this is from one side of, like, there's like a big pond in the middle. So this is one side. And Nora standing there. And then just photos of all the characters, like, around the stores. So I put some of those in. A picture of our different, like, the Dole Whip flights. Nora at Goofy's candy store with the candy she got. Her Loungefly bag she chose. The Lego monster in the water. Her with the peanut M&M in the M&M store. Lego Mickey, the Rainforest Cafe volcano, outside of the Christmas store, in front of one of the shops, like toy stores, and then us in front of the M&M store. And then day 4, let's explore. There's Nora in front of Africa. That's where we started our day early in the morning to see the animals on Kilimanjaro safaris. We also got to meet Moana, which was really fun. And I put a little bit of information about the safari here. So it says 18-minute open air safari vehicle, 110 acres of wildlife, 34 different species of exotic African wildlife roam. We saw most of the animals because we went first thing in the morning. We loved the pond bathing hippo, lion, flamingos, and baboon. And then there is the insert from the brochure in our hotel, a few photos from around Animal Kingdom that I liked. This is a decorative card, but also has some journaling about Gorilla Falls, which is what all of these photos are from. And I use the Diptyque app, by the way, to make all these little collages. I think it's like $5, but that's it, and then it's yours. And it makes putting together these types of photos really easy. So I journaled that this self-guided tour was a gem we hadn't seen. The winding trail is a way to see so many other animals. We saw gorillas, hippos, zebra, and tons of birds. We loved the meerkats too. We loved the baboons. Love the gorillas. So then this is about Conservation Station. We took the Wildlife Express train, which is this, to this fun part of Animal Kingdom. We saw the veterinarian treatment room, amphibians and reptiles, and the science center. We pet animals at the affection station, and we learned to draw Dante at the animation experience, my favorite. So that's a selfie Matt took of us waiting to draw, and the drawing I did of Dante. But I also kept them. Nora's going to kill me for showing you because she does not want y'all to see, but I have to. It's so cute. I think she did a good job. You know, drawing is probably her least strong suit, and I think she did a good job. So this one's mine. This one's my husband's. And Nora's is that one. So that was really fun. I love that, like, you know, he had to sign it and date it, and it's got like the logo and everything. So these are definitely a gem to hold on to. So also in this pocket are some other things. This was amazing. So this is Sana, which is a restaurant at Animal Kingdom Lodge, which we took a bus over to. And I wrote, the animals right out the window was a huge surprise. We were surprisingly shocked. What an experience. How many times I'm going to say surprise? I don't know. But this was her menu from there. And I just took one of the Ali Edwards journaling cards and taped it on there and did a little journaling. I wrote that we left Animal Kingdom and took a bus to Animal Kingdom Lodge. It was quick, but the AC felt good. Animal Kingdom Lodge was huge, but we fortunately found the restaurant right away. The food and our server were amazing. Nora got butter chicken, naan, and had chickpeas. They celebrated us with a complimentary treat. And this is her cute little menu. Oh my gosh. So adorable. Like, I cannot wait to, you know, look back at this someday and just be like, oh, remember? So you're like just sitting there in front of these giant windows and like zebra walks by and you're like, oh, cool. Don't see that every day. Okay, so this is back at Animal Kingdom, and we went, and that's when we first met Moana, and then we met Daisy and the Chippendale, and we rode the Triceratops spin. This is all in like Dino Land. Then we went over to Pandora and rode Avatar, and which is like our favorite. And then this was a picture I took when we were inside the Navi River journey, which was another first for us. And then we ended the day with Expedition Everest. Nora was obsessed with this ride and did it twice. So I journaled, Yeti or not, I was nervous that they would be too scary for Nora. This would be too scary for Nora. I was wrong. Yay. We all rode together the first time. It was in the dark and outside and went backwards. We all loved it so much. Nora and Matt went a second time. It was a win. Best way to end the day. So that's them on the ride together. And then I just put a little bit of info about the ride. There's a picture I took. I wrote, Legend of the Forbidden Mountain. Board a train to the top of the world. We ascended into darkness before a broken, twisted rack appeared. We were launched backwards back to darkness and escaped the clutches of the Yeti. And then we saw, you know, the Tree of Life Awakening show at 6:15. And then we got back to our hotel room, and they had just cleaned that day, and this is what we came into, which was so cute. Like, she moved the remote, but Stitch was kind of holding it, so it was hilarious. And then here's how I end it. So I put Kilimanjaro Safari, Gorilla Sanctuary, Wildlife Express to Conservation Station with the petting zoo and animation class. Bus to Animal Kingdom Lodge for lunch at Sana. Dino Land, meet Moana. Triceratops spin, meet Daisy, Chippendale. Pandora, Avatar Flight of Passage, and Navi River Journey. Asia Expedition Everest ×2, and then the Tree of Life Awakening. And then I put in parentheses that we had dinner at the hotel just so I knew that. It's not that important, but... and then day 5 was our last full park day at Magic Kingdom, and it was the longest day, but the best. So this just says what happy looks like, and then the 3 of us in front of the castle. And then, of course, my Starbucks. And I wrote, happy 10 years. We justified this trip in order to celebrate our 10-year anniversary. This week has been the most magical fun. We loved it all. Naturally, we started our day with Starbucks and made sure to get a family photo. I love the picture from the photographer of our family in front of the castle. Then this page is for journaling and decoration. Lots of simple stories. These 2 things are from Paper Person Shop, as are the little puffy stickers. I wish I had a whole sheet of these silver ones. I love them. It just says, ready for liftoff. And then I bulleted Tron, Buzz's Ranger Spin, and Space Mountain ×2, because that's what we did in Tomorrowland. Waking up at 6:30 to get in the virtual queue for Tron was worth it. We got on by 9:30 and it was incredible. Nora and I were in the front row. So these are a bunch of photos. Like, my husband took this one of Nora and I here walking over into Tomorrowland, which is what, like, these die cuts are supposed to be of, like, reminiscent of. This was inside of Buzz Lightyear's Ranger Spin. This is on our way over to Tron, which we did next, and that's a view of, like, Tron and Space Mountain. This is the big sign in front. And then I took a photo of people on the bikes from, like, up above, because you walk down these ramps. At least you do when you're in the lightning lane. And this was, like, going into there, like, through the lightning lane. And then this is what the bikes look like. There's my husband. And then there's Nora and I love that picture of her. And then there's the picture of the rest of the park. And then that's Matt and Nora on Space Mountain, who looks like a dingus. Oh my gosh. Okay. So funny. So, and this puffy sticker is from Paper Person Shop as well. This is a grid photo again of different things in Adventureland or Fantasyland. So I just journaled what they were. Peter Pan's Flight, The Barnstormer, Ariel's Under the Sea Adventure, meeting Rapunzel and Tiana, and meeting Ariel. This is also when she lost Stitch, by the way, which was kind of sad. Like, here, Stitch is on her book bag, and then she lost him. But he got sent back. They found him like a week later, which was crazy. So I just wrote, no luck pulling the sword out of the stone. It was really cute, though. And I left it blank. Like, it doesn't need much, you know. I made this really fun shaker pocket, which I think is just an interesting little placeholder there, just to add a little something, something. And then now we're in Adventureland. So I put Jungle at the top. Don't touch the pole, the skipper. I love lame jokes. Cruise number 1. It was our first time on this ride. 4 different pictures from when you're on the boat. The backside of water. And then this little insert here about our first trip. So it says, our skipper was so funny. He made dad joke after dad joke and had the 3 of us cracking up. Most of the other passengers were lame and hardly laughed. We love this classic ride and the backside of water. And then, yum. It was pretty warm, 82 degrees. So we devoured orange cream Dole Whip floats and dishes. And that's the picture of mine, and that's Nora's. And then this was just like decorative. It just says, let's explore. And these are all photos from Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, which was a first for us and another fun surprise because we really loved being on it. It was just such a neat little secret that we didn't know about and didn't do before. Another lunch menu and coaster. We ate at Skipper Canteen. It was okay. The service was pretty terrible. Food was okay. Enchanted Tales with Belle. This was our favorite. All these pictures of Nora. So I will read the journaling while you guys look at the pictures and see. This is what they give you at the end. And then you also get a bookmark. So it says, step into Belle and Maurice's country cottage and tour the workshop where the enchanted mirror comes to life, which is this. Watch The story of how Belle and Beast met. The walls disappear and you're magically transported to the Beast castle. There, meet Belle's enchanted wardrobe, who helps choose participants to prepare for a role. So that's, she talks to you, she's interactive the whole time. And then I wrote, after a practice run, enter Beast's library, where Lumiere, the talking candlestick, directs. When Belle appears, you get a chance to play a part in her story. So this is before all the actors, the kiddos, got to, be a part of it. Nora got chosen to be the Beast, which was like the biggest role. And so I wrote, this was such a hidden gem. We weren't quite sure what to expect and definitely didn't think Nora would get chosen. Nora was one of the older kids in the audience and she was selected to be the Beast. Turned out it was the most interactive role, where she got to scare the Beast, dance with Belle, and take a bow. It was extremely entertaining and one of our most memorable highlights from the trip. So they're dancing together, they're bowing, so cute. And two of my favorite photos I made a little bit larger, and then just a little tiny bit embellished there. And then we went back over, we also saw a parade in between there too. We went back over to go on the Aladdin's magic carpet. So I wrote that we headed back towards Frontierland for dinner, but first we stopped at Aladdin's magic carpet ride. This was similar to the Triceratops spin ride at Animal Kingdom. We ate quick service Mexicana at Pecos Bill's, which was decent but extremely loud. We then headed back to Tomorrowland to ride the People Mover and catch the fireworks. And then this is a little shaker here. Picture of Nora going up the escalator thing or whatever to the People Mover, on the People Mover. And then this was after the fireworks show. I wrote, we love the People Mover ride. It was so relaxing and takes you through Tomorrowland. It's 10 minutes narrated and you go behind the scenes of some of the attractions. The Monsters Inc. laugh floor is so funny, but we did this after the fireworks and we're so tired. Mike Wazowski engages the audience and puts on a hilarious comedy show. And then photos from Happily Ever After. So I wrote, a dazzling journey of color, light, and song that captures the heart, humor, and heroism of favorite Disney stories. There are fireworks, lights, lasers, and special effects in this 18-minute show. And then I wrote, today was the best day ever. Watching these amazing fireworks at the end of a full day at our fave park after a week in our fave place was the best. And then this giant photo with the Mickey firework is just the best. Best. And then a picture of Nora in front of the castle at night right before we left. And this is our very last day, which technically is day 7. After we had checked our bags at the at the front desk, we had all this time before we had to get our shuttle back to the airport. So we took the Skyliner ride to the Caribbean Beach Resort and had lunch and walked around. But before I get to that, this is all the things we did at Magic Kingdom. It was a lot. Everything here we did. So Buzz Lightyear's Ranger Spin, Tron, Space Mountain, Mickey's PhilharMagic, Peter Pan's Flight, Met Tiana Rapunzel, an Under the Sea aerial ride, the Barnstormer, lunch at Skipper's Canteen, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Met Ariel, Festival of Fantasy Parade, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Jungle Cruise, Orange Cream Dole Whips, Enchanted Tales with Belle, Aladdin's Magic Carpets, Dinner at Pecos Bill's, The People Mover, Happily Ever After Fireworks, Space Mountain, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, Walk Through Cinderella's Castle, a first for us all. So here I just put, we'll miss the magic, eating out, riding rides, meeting characters, and basking in the Florida sun. And this says, bye AOA, and I journaled Saturday. We woke up early to finish packing and shower. Originally, we planned to go mini golfing, but we ran out of time. Transportation would have taken too long. Nora cried out of disappointment. Instead, we settled on taking the Skyliner to Caribbean Beach Resort to eat lunch and walk around. The resort was huge and felt like a true resort or tropical getaway, but also like a Disney property. We had quick service lunch and took our time exploring the beautiful grounds. Back at AOA, Nora was sad to go, and we took the Mears shuttle bus to the airport. And then I just journaled, we never want to leave. This was so magical, memories to last a lifetime. And then just photo the sticker there, and yeah. These are just some random pieces of ephemera I couldn't put anywhere else. We got and finished this Enchanted Rose Brew from Joffrey's, which is the coffee that Disney serves. So that's this I cut off of the bean bag. We got the Magic Kingdom Starbucks cup, so I kept part of the packaging from that. This is from one of the t-shirts that we got. This is from the homemade marshmallows. This was the pin that Nora had to find Nala for every day at the hotel and then get a paw print for every time she found her. This was what we didn't end up doing for mini golfing. This was just from the Festival of the Arts passport, so I kept that. And then my husband and I both had these happily ever after pins for our 10-year anniversary. So that just sits tucked in here. And that, my friends, is my very, very long and chatty Disney album. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I would love to know your thoughts. Please consider supporting me if you enjoyed any part of this by liking the video and subscribing to my channel. And let me know if you have any questions, like I said, and my DMs are always open on Instagram, same handle, ChappyPlans. And yeah, guys, I thank you so much for joining me on this journey and reminiscing about our magical vacation. Stay tuned because I will have now on this Try It Tuesday series, it's kind of like a bonus day where I add scrappy content or other things, and I will probably be sharing more of my media journal and things like that on this series. So make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of that. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart for being here and supporting my channel. You guys are the absolute best. Take care of yourselves and remember that you are enough. And I love you guys. Bye.